Hey guys, this is Constantine, English Speaking Club HSE, and today I'm going to answer some questions for the next event, which is going to take place next Saturday, the 24th of September, 6:30 Moscow time. And we're going to talk about being brave and, well, whether we need to be brave and whether it is important. Okay, so last time, unfortunately, I didn't manage to come up with the answers, so I'm doing this time as soon as possible. All right, so here we go with the questions. Are you a brave person, and what makes a person brave? Okay, so I think that what makes a person brave is an ability to leave the comfort zone and to be rational on the one hand, but on the other hand, to be able to risk a little bit and maybe feel uncomfortable for some time and doing things that some other people are afraid to do. Okay, so as for me, I can say that if we talk about my inner state and my kind of like personal victories, I definitely feel that I'm a brave person because I've managed to leave my comfort zone a lot of times. Traveling on my own, just exploring different things and trying some things. But I'm sure that there are people who are much braver than me. And I think sometimes we start to rationalize whether we should do things or not. And it's a very important thing to do. And of course, the more you think, the more difficult it is to try some things. But there is always logical explanation, and you think, what will I gain if I try this thing? So what's in it for me, and how can I use this later? So you calculate risks and you do what's necessary. So that is why I think that my level of being brave is maybe just a little bit higher than average, but not like super brave, but not like a coward. Okay, so tell the others a story of how you or another person acted bravely. For me, and what happened. So for me, it's kind of hard to remember a specific situation because everything that I remember doesn't seem to be very brave. I mean, right now it's not a big deal. So maybe when I started, it was much hotter, but then it's not a big deal. I think actually I had to be really brave when I started this English speaking club because the first meetings that I used to run, I remember the first meeting when we had 8 people or 10 people at higher school of economics. So my level of English was worse. And a lot of people were super shy. So I think for me, the scariest thing was to respond to different questions because sometimes I didn't know how to respond and what to add, what kind of comment to give. And I remember how petrified I was. It was probably the first years, 7 years ago. But what helped me a lot, actually, visiting the US helped me a lot because there I kind of realized what kind of reaction is cool and how to make it more exciting, more interesting. And when I got back in 2017, it became much easier. So, but of course, there are some people who have done a lot of brave things. And I think in general, people who fight criminals are really brave. And even though the police nowadays have not always have pretty good reputation, I know that they're really decent people working there. And a lot of times when they have to help the others, risking their lives, it means a lot. Also, doctors, people who work in healthcare, who really risk their lives, and I really believe that these people are brave. And of course, firefighters and lifesavers, definitely, totally appreciate them and their work. So, where's your comfort zone and how often do you leave it? Okay, so for me, it depends. It used to be just my apartment, and it was pretty hard to, try something new. So I always had a similar schedule, going to university and, going to school and going to trainings. But I think the most difficult thing was to start applying for different programs, different things. I remember when I was 18, I was really interested in trying dancing and some other things, but for me it was super hard to sit and organize that. But then I started to manage that and life became much easier. So then you start to realize, oh, all I have to do is just make a decision and change your life. And yeah, right now, I guess that my comfort zone is really different because when I start traveling everywhere and going from place to place with my backpack, it feels like you can go anywhere. And for example, it doesn't matter whether you're traveling somewhere far from your hometown or you just go by the subway to another part of your town. It's almost the same thing, feels the same. Then you talk to a lot of people, but even though you meet these people for the first time, you feel so comfortable because you just look at them and you can read them and you can see what you can anticipate things from them just by looking at them, and you feel as if you're talking to your friends. So that's the same level of comfort, and I think it's really great when you can expand your comfort zone doing things like that. So the more skills you have, the more experience you have, the easier it is. Okay, how often do I leave my comfort zone? I think, well, at least a couple times a week when I meet some new people, but it depends on the cycle of my life, what's going on. But usually, like, I think, yeah, usually like twice a week or something. All right, so what is the difference between being brave and reckless? And should we learn how to be braver? Okay, so I think, yeah, so being brave means that you kind of rationalize what you're doing and you understand the consequences, versus being reckless, you just don't get the consequences. Or you think you know the consequences, but you totally get it wrong. So you lose the touch with the reality. And sometimes people who are insane or who are not smart enough to anticipate, to predict what's going to happen, are acting reckless, driving recklessly, making some decisions like that. And of course, a person shouldn't be like that because they can kill themselves or other people. So it's important to rationalize. And should we learn how to be braver? I think that it depends on the person. So if you feel that you're missing out and you miss some opportunities just because you're too shy or you're too scared, you should definitely try and baby step it and try different things. At the same time, if you are already doing new things and you try something new regularly, maybe you don't have to. So you know yourselves better, right? As for me personally, I don't think that I have to be braver. Maybe just when it comes to like trying new things in terms of like work or trying to learn new skills, more languages, etc. So it also requires some effort, some motivation, because like what prevents people from doing a lot of things is not just lack of time or lack of energy, but actually a fear of wasting your energy and losing what you have right now. So once you accept that and you realize that you really want something and you don't have this fear anymore, you're able to do anything. Okay, anything that you need to achieve what you want. All right, so these are the main things that I wanted to discuss with you guys. So I hope that you will modify these answers and actually come up with your own ideas and your own examples and enjoy speaking in English Speaking Club. So I'll see you guys on Saturday, 6:30 Moscow time, the 24th of September. Subscribe to this channel and visit English Speaking Club. Invite your friends so all of you can have a great time, and see you guys on Saturday. Bye.